Well, good evening. Ethan back for another beer review tonight, New Year's Day, January 1st, 2021. I am reviewing Bell's Porter, Bell's Robust Porter. I saw this and I had to get it because I'd had other beers from Bell's Brewing recently and I reviewed them. For some reason, there's just a lot of Bell's beers in my area. I see them everywhere I go, every bottle shop, every liquor store. They just seem to be very prevalent for whatever reason here in Georgia, miles away from where they're produced from. But this is 5.6% alcohol by volume. So getting up there for a porter, as much as Guinness Extra Stout, 5.6. This particular bottle was packaged on November 19th, 2020. So very fresh. It's only packaged a little over a month ago. Bell's Brewing out of Comstock or Kalamazoo, Michigan. Two cities right next to each other within 5 miles apart. I looked it up because I had read they're from Kalamazoo and then they're from Comstock. And then I was like, well, which is it? But really it's kind of like the two cities make up a main metropolitan area and this kind of interchangeable. But yeah, Bell's Brewery Incorporated, Comstock, Michigan. Our award-winning Bell's Porter bridges the gap between malty brown ales and heavily roasted stouts. Notes of chocolate, coffee, and toasted barley are offset with a slight hop bitterness. Enjoy any time of year. I would enjoy this any time of year or any beer like it. I like porters, I like stouts. I especially like stouts, but I'm hoping that this one is robust like they say. Okay, good bit of smoke and water vapor coming out of the top. This is a 12-ounce bottle. I got this for $9.99, I believe, a 6-pack. Let's go ahead and get a pour. Or you're supposed to tilt the glass. All right, that is a huge, foamy, dark khaki head. Uh-oh. Having technical difficulties. Massive head, very nice appearance. With a beer with a head that big, that's always a good sign. I didn't even pour it that aggressively, but it still generated a great head. It looks to be dissipating quickly. The appearance, I do see some light getting through it. It's not completely black. It's not like, not as dark as, say, your Founder's Porter that I had a few weeks back. There's some redness and burgundy kind of notes as the light hits it on the bottom, so not completely opaque. I generally like when they're dark and you can't see through them. I know it's going to be good, so I'm hoping this one's good. It is a porter, so I can't go into it thinking it's going to be a stout because it is a porter. 5.6 is pretty sessionable. Bell's Brewing Company, they were started in 1985. Again, some of their more notable beers. This one, the Bell's Porter, Bell's Kalamazoo Stout, Bell's Two-Hearted Ale, Bell's Light-Hearted Ale, which I haven't had yet, but I've had all the others mentioned. A lot of great beers come out of there, it seems, that I've had. Personally, I like them. It gets an 87, a very good on Beer Advocate. And they don't list IBUs for whatever reason. 183 calories per 12 ounce. So that's not very high. I mean, that's not dessert dessert beer category per se. That's not that high. Once you start getting over 200 and even 300, like Maple Macadol, that's a heavy beer. This one, 187 or 183, that's not that heavy, really, all things considered. So head's dying down pretty quick. It's looking good. Let's go ahead and try it. I got a little bit when I was keeping it from overflowing, but it was mostly just the head, so I didn't get the full beer kind of flavor. And I got this shirt for Christmas. One of my favorite macros, probably my favorite macro, arguably. Miller High Life, really cool shirt. I was given it at Christmas, so thank you. Very good gift. I can't believe it's already 2021. Time just flies when you're having fun. Well, sometimes I have fun. Um, oh, I didn't do the aroma. No, absent-minded. Coffee. Toastiness. Like a toasty bread. Kind of malt forward. There's definitely more malt and toastiness on the aroma than sweet or chocolate. So, yeah, very nice barley malt, bitter kind of black coffee bean, not sweet. Smells like a winner. Smells really good, actually. Pretty aromatic for a 5.6 lighter bodied beer. Or porter slash stout. Kind of smells like a Guinness, maybe. Maybe not as aromatic as Founder's Porter, but still a very nice aroma. Okay, you get a nice toasted barley malt bitterness, not sweet at all. So if you don't like a lot of sweet in your beers, you'd probably really like this one. I do really like it. It's smooth. It has a bitterness in the good sense of the word. IBUs are a little up there, maybe. It's a little hoppy, perhaps. Has a nice little kick to it for 5.6%, you know. It's pretty flavorful. It's medium bodied. It's not a heavy mouthfeel. I guess mouthfeel and body are kind of two different things. I'm starting to try to educate myself a little bit on beer, but the mouthfeel is light to medium, and the body is kind of medium. It's drinkable. It's smooth. It's not heavy or thick feeling in the mouth. It's not like a dessert, or it doesn't have that almost like you're drinking food kind of feel. So, in that sense, it's great for what a porter should be. You know, it has a barley malt, a toasted kind of flavor, but not to the point where it's just overwhelming and just too much to handle, like some of them could possibly be. This one is drinkable, refreshing even, but so tasty, packed with flavor, a little bit of chocolate maybe, but a bitter kind of chocolate, not like a sweet chocolate. Certainly not like, you know, fudge, milk chocolate, Hershey's, nothing like that jazz, but it has a nice toasted barley malt, almost like a Guinness extra stout. That's kind of what it reminds me of, weirdly. Same ABV, little thinner, maybe a little thinner bodied than the Guinness extra stout, perhaps. But kind of in the same ballpark, you know, more toasted barley malt up front on the flavor. Not a lot of sweet to speak of, but really appealing. Let's get another sip. And another thing that attracted me to this beer was, I mean, $9.99 for a 6-pack. It might have been $8.99. It was one of the two, right? I can't remember. I don't think I kept the receipt. I should have. I usually try to, because I like to remember and say on camera what I paid for a beer, because it's interesting. Other people in other states, you know, sometimes they pay more or less for the same product, and it's interesting to see, like, what people can get their beer for versus what I can get it for, etc. But $8.99, $9.99 a 6-pack for a porter, a robust porter, that's a great price. I mean, that's excellent. Compared to what you pay for a lot of these craft porters and stouts that are, you know, $16, $25 for a 4-pack, $8.99, $9.99 a 6-pack. I'll get that all day. That's worth it. And you're getting a great beer. I mean, Bell's has been around for a while. I think they're, to my knowledge, a fairly big company. Most people know of them. They're not like real local, crafty, small companies. They're getting up there. It's a pretty big company, I believe. as far as like, number of beers produced and volume of beer they make. So for a beer like this good, $8.99, $9.99, heck yeah, I'd get that all day, every day over, a beer that's basically the same, but $16 for a 4-pack. I'm gonna choose this over those other beers that are that price. For a score, I'd give this a 95. It's really good. Actually let it sit out a little bit before I drink it, see if that changed anything. I never had it before either, so I forgot to mention that. First time I've had this on camera. I had a lot of Bell's. I had Bell's Kalamazoo, Two Hearted, and Special Double Cream Stout, I believe it was called. And they're both like 6.5-ish. They were good. They were no Founders KBS. They were no Guinness Foreign Extra Stout, but they were solid stouts in and of themselves. And this just follows along with that. Great porter. It is a robust porter. It's not thin and weak and, lacking flavor. It is robust. It tastes good. It tastes like a light stout, in all honesty. I'd give this a 95. Yeah, like I mentioned, straight down the middle, or a 9.5 out of 10 if you number your beer that way. Either way works for me interchangeably. It doesn't matter. It's just a rating. What matters is that you get across that you really like it, and I really do. This is a great beer. Again, the price is part of its main attraction for me, and probably would be for others. So if you see the Bell's Robust Porter in your neck of the woods or city or wherever you are, get it and try it. Give it a fair assessment. It's good. If you've had it, let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. All the comments, I read them all. I try to respond to all of them that I see. Yeah, great beer. Get it. I recommend it. I highly recommend it. Cheers. Thank you for watching, and Happy New Year.